Simon, along with a senior policy advisor for the Counter-Extremism Project, Tara Melber, as well as Shiraz Mar, deputy director of the International Center for the Study of Radicalization. Basically, I want to start with you, Shiraz, in London. Let's start with the basics. Why more attacks in the UK now?
Well, I think this question of why attacks now, why is it happening in this frequency, it's something that actually we've been told for a long time has been on the cards. Groups like Islamic State and, of course, Al-Qaeda as well have long targeted Britain. And what we tend to find in patterns of terrorist activity is that once one successful attack gets through, that event in and of itself then inspires others who are like-minded, who are inclined to engage in terrorist activity, but who are waiting for a moment to tip over, as it were, into operational activities themselves. And so when we had the Westminster attack, which was about 10 weeks ago now, we've then seen further tragic events as well, of course, up in Manchester, and then last night in London again.
Right, and in London, the leaders there are getting very experienced, obviously, at this, tragically so, as we've been reporting. Here is the mayor talking about resilience in the wake of these attacks.
One of the things that these terrorists want to do is to disrupt our way of life. They want to stop us enjoying the freedoms that we have, enjoy us mingling and mixing on a Saturday night in the heart of London, having a good time. They want to stop us voting on Thursday in the general elections and enjoying the democracy that we have. We can't allow them to do that. We aren't going to be cowed by terrorism, nor will we let them win.
Tara, what's the significance of this mayor talking like this?
I think it's very significant to hear these words after attack. You've heard the expression before, keep calm and carry on, and that's what you need to do. This mayor has, been very vocal about trying to reach out to the Muslim community within London, and there's a lot of steps that can be taken both on the law enforcement side of the equation, community vigilance, and also in terms of, working to pressure technology companies to get some of this content offline. So there are policy steps and things that people do need to be aware of. So you can't just sit back and do nothing, but you also need to proceed. You need to let life go on. You have the concert tonight, the benefit concert still proceeding, and there are factors now that, are driving this. In addition to the previous two attacks, it's Ramadan season, and there have been videos calling for these types of attacks. So as horrific and tragic as this event was, it's not completely surprising, given the propaganda that we've seen coming from terrorist organizations, calling for individuals, to be quite frank, who are either with their organization or not within their organization, to basically take on low sophistication tactics, very hard to prevent, and we saw the effects of this in London, unfortunately, late last night.
Yeah, and Howard, the watchword